Greetings, champions, and welcome to Live with Chatufa. Remember, we are giving you just updates, just small updates of what is happening in our nation as well as other nations that are surrounding us. We hope we find you well from wherever you are watching us. And we want to continue to pray for the nations, pray for our nation, and also stand to believe that God is going to be doing great and mighty things in this season. In our neighboring Malawi, we are seeing elections that are about to happen. And quite a lot of complaints were coming out of Malawi. Many Malawian people are really complaining about Lazarus Chakwera and how he has carried himself in the very first, term that he has been in office. And actually, what is happening now is there is a stiff competition as elections are coming, but the incompetence of his government, the corruption, and quite a lot of other, maladministration practices that have been experienced in Malawi are causing quite a lot of stir. Right now, as we speak, Malawi is hit by serious fuel shortages as polls are fast approaching. It's a big disaster that is happening in Malawi. And one would want to ask and say, we don't understand really whether these so-called leaders of ours are really serious about, running these countries. Because we just have one of our own Southern African countries like Angola, which has quite a lot of fuel. Angola produces fuel. They have a lot of it. And yet we still suffer from, fuel as if we are getting it from Kuwait. Our own African brothers and African leaders, they fail to sit down and just come up with alliances in as far as seeing how best they can, assist each other with the different resources that their countries have. I remember just a few weeks ago, we heard that Zambia has gotten into an agreement with Angola of refining fuel, and that is going to be benefiting fuel a lot, in the Zambian nation. And you might find that there are some that can't also go into such deals. They will now want to wait and maybe start importing from Zambia, like ZANU-PF. They would always do such a thing instead of them being the people that think into of entering into such kind of alliances, so that they can benefit. Our countries can benefit. You might find that it's not that the government of Chakwera is broke. It's not that they are broke. The money could be there, but ideas are what is lacking. And this is one of the most problematic areas that we see with our leaders. Hopo Chidono reports that there's no freely available petrol or diesel in Malawi today, and there is no cooking gas either. These are the consequences of Lazarus Chakwera's incompetent rule, which has paralyzed the whole Malawi. No medicines, no jobs, no fuel, no common sense in government. Yet the same president who authored this mess wants to the vote of the Malawian people on September 16. Africans must vote for ideas, not for personalities who exploit religion while being as incompetent as Chakwera. We are voting for popular and charismatic empty heads like Chakwera, who have no clue how to lead anything, let alone a country, because they have never worked in a day in their lives. So these are the pictures of the crisis that is in Malawi. You see people lining up for gas and people lining up at filling stations, and it seems like they are not getting what they want to get. And all this is now causing quite a lot of confusion and disruption of a lot of business and so on and so forth right in the nation of Malawi. But this is characteristic of our leaders, especially Southern Africa. Has to pray. We are believing God for leaders that are upcoming, the likes of the Ichilemas and the Boko Dumas of Botswana. These are the leaders that we are really praying for, who are going to be coming to change the situation that we face in Southern Africa. Not only Southern Africa, but in the rest of Africa. We want to see leaders that are competent, leaders that are, quite well versed with different ways of solving their problems faced by their people and their nations, not politicians that are just there to politic and think of how they can win the next election. And this is the situation that Zimbabwe is in. Zimbabwe is never out of election mood. The election mode is always on. Before they even think about reconstruction of the country, they are already busy with the next election. And as long as we continue in the electioneering mood, we are not going to see any government that will be serious about development, and that causes underdevelopment and the suffering of the people of different nations, especially in Africa. It's quite a big challenge. And when it comes to elections, when people vote them out, they rig elections, they kill people, they force people, they force themselves onto people, and that is very regrettable. But anyway, we want to see what is going to be happening because unfortunately for Malawi, again, we are seeing the same players coming back, because in the coming election, it's going to be Chakwera again coming in, Joyce Banda, and Mutharika again, Peter Mutharika. And it seems like it's pathetic that we are not seeing new blood coming in, young people taking these offices and responsibilities. We can't just have the same old coming over and over again, because they are not going to be bringing any new ideas. They will continue in their old. I don't know, really. I didn't study Malawi in the days of Joyce Banda to see what was really happening, how good she was. I didn't really concentrate on studying Malawi during that time. I don't know who is better, who is the better devil from the three of them. But Malawians really must vote wisely and vote for a leader who can make life at least different for them, unlike what we have seen happening. But this is the thing, this is the reality, this is the fact of what is happening. We are with the Malawian people, praying with them that things must turn a little bit different from what they are right now. Thank you so much for joining me on Live with Shatufa. Let's continue to support this platform. Put your comments, subscribe, like, share, and continue to support the platform. We will be meeting in the upcoming show. You are blessed.